No alarm clocks, no jobs to rush to, no phones buzzing with notifications. Just the rising sun, an open landscape, and an entire day stretched out ahead, with absolutely everything still left to survive. What did a single day actually look like for someone living tens of thousands of years ago? You might picture constant danger, endless hunting, a desperate struggle just to make it to sunset. And in some ways, that's true. But here's what might surprise you. Research suggests early humans may have actually spent far less time working than we do today, sometimes only a few hours a day, focused purely on survival. So what did they do with the rest of their time? The answer reveals a surprisingly rich, structured, and deeply social way of life, one that shaped nearly every habit, rhythm, and behavior we still carry with us today. Let's follow the sun through a single day in the life of an ancient human. For early humans, the day began exactly the way nature intended, with sunrise. Without artificial light, sleep and waking cycles were tightly linked to natural daylight. As the sun rose, so did the camp, gradually stirring awake. Children first, often followed by adults preparing for the tasks ahead. Mornings were likely a time of quiet activity, checking the fire from the night before, sharing a small meal from stored food, and discussing the plan for the day ahead. Who would gather, who would hunt, who would stay behind to care for children or repair tools. This wasn't chaotic. Anthropological studies of surviving hunter-gatherer societies suggest early human mornings were often calm, deliberate, and cooperative, far from the constant frantic urgency many people imagine. Here's something that surprises most people. Early humans likely didn't spend the entire day hunting or gathering food. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer societies, such as the Hadza people of Tanzania, suggest that securing enough food for a day might only require around 4 to 6 hours of active effort, not the exhausting, dawn-to-dusk labor many assume. This means early human life may have included significant amounts of leisure time, time for rest, socializing, crafting tools, storytelling, and simply relaxing within the safety of the group. This challenges a common misconception, the idea that prehistoric life was purely a relentless, exhausting struggle for survival every single hour of every single day. In reality, early human society may have been surprisingly balanced, alternating between focused periods of essential work and extended periods of rest and social connection. While hunting often captures our imagination, gathering plant foods, fruits, nuts, roots, seeds, and edible greens likely provided a significant, consistent portion of daily nutrition. Gathering required deep, detailed environmental knowledge, understanding exactly which plants were safe to eat, when specific foods were in season, and where reliable food sources could consistently be found. This knowledge wasn't random. It was carefully observed, tested, and passed down across generations, representing one of humanity's earliest forms of accumulated scientific understanding. Gathering activities were also often deeply social, groups working together, sharing conversation, teaching children valuable skills, and strengthening community bonds throughout the process. While gathering provided consistent daily nutrition, hunting offered something equally important: protein-rich meat, essential for energy, brain development, and long-term health. Hunting wasn't a daily guarantee. It required patience, strategy, and often significant physical risk. Successful hunts likely involved careful planning, tracking animal patterns, understanding terrain, and coordinating group strategy, skills refined and shared among experienced hunters within the community. When a hunt was successful, the entire group benefited. Meat was typically shared among the wider community, reinforcing cooperative bonds and ensuring even those who didn't participate directly in the hunt still received essential nutrition. Hunting wasn't guaranteed every single day, which is precisely why food preservation and gathering remained equally critical to daily survival. Beyond food-related tasks, significant daily time was likely dedicated to crafting and maintaining essential tools. Stone tools required careful shaping, chipping flint or similar stone into sharp, functional cutting edges, a skilled process requiring patience, precision, and years of accumulated expertise. Other daily tasks likely included crafting wooden spears, preparing animal hides for clothing or shelter, weaving simple baskets or containers, and repairing existing tools damaged through daily use. These weren't simple, mindless chores. Tool making required genuine skill, creativity, and problem-solving, likely passed down carefully from experienced adults to eager, observant children. In many ways, this daily craftsmanship represented some of humanity's earliest engineering, constant, incremental innovation, driven purely by necessity. As explored in previous videos on this channel, raising children required significant time, attention, and cooperative effort from the entire community. Throughout the day, children were rarely left alone. They stayed close to caregivers, mothers, fathers, grandparents, or other community members, observing, learning, and gradually participating in daily tasks themselves. Young children likely learned through direct imitation, watching adults gather food, craft tools, or prepare meals, then mimicking these behaviors through play. As children grew older, their responsibilities gradually increased, learning to identify edible plants, practicing basic tool-making skills, or helping care for younger siblings. A natural, hands-on education system built entirely around daily survival and community life. As afternoon shifted toward evening, daily activities likely slowed considerably. With essential tasks completed, groups would gather together, sharing food, conversation, and rest. Evenings, particularly once fire became a regular part of daily life, likely became a crucial time for social bonding. Stories were shared, lessons taught, experiences recounted, strengthening relationships and reinforcing shared cultural knowledge across generations. As darkness fell and the fire's glow became the primary source of light and warmth, daily activity naturally wound down. Sleep patterns were likely closely tied to natural daylight cycles, rising with the sun, resting shortly after sunset, broken periodically throughout the night by the need to maintain fire or respond to potential threats. Some researchers even suggest early human sleep may have occurred in two distinct segments throughout the night: an initial period of sleep, a period of quiet wakefulness, often used for reflection or conversation, followed by a second period of rest before dawn. This natural rhythm, deeply connected to sunlight, community, and survival needs, shaped daily human life for hundreds of thousands of years, long before clocks, calendars, or artificial lighting ever existed. So, what did ancient humans actually do all day? Far from a non-stop, exhausting struggle for survival, daily life likely included a careful balance, focused efforts, gathering food, hunting, and crafting tools, balanced with meaningful time for rest, teaching, storytelling, and community connection. Mornings began with the sun. Days were filled with purposeful work and shared responsibility. Evenings brought rest, reflection, and the comforting glow of fire, shared closely among family and friends. In many ways, this ancient daily rhythm, balancing effort and rest, work and connection, still echoes within our own modern lives today. The next time your day feels overwhelming, remember, our ancestors, facing far greater physical dangers, still found time for rest, laughter, and connection every single day. If you enjoyed exploring this incredible piece of our shared human story, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because we uncover more fascinating stories about our ancestors every single week. Let me know in the comments, if you lived a single day exactly like an ancient human, what part of that daily rhythm do you think you'd enjoy the most? Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next story.